Did you get that on tape?
That's what I thought about, making the pros faster.
That gives you goosebumps just to think about. Wolfie, I need that new prototype. If you had to cut one Canyon athlete, who would it be? When are we going to see the new SPEEDMAX? So we are back with DB Talks, this time from Schwabach in Germany, close to Roth. I'm joined by one of my best friends in the triathlon sport and one of the brightest brains as well. He is the most beautiful man I know. It is Wolfgang Kohl.
Hi, nice to have you here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. We can't really say where we are.
Oh, we can.
Because of GDPR, but we are in the beautiful city of Schwabach. So Wolfie, a lot of things have happened the last year or so. So the first thing I want you to do is to state your profession and your job title and all that stuff into the camera, because I have no clue what you actually
at the moment. Yeah, I started a new team a little bit more than 1 year ago at Canyon. It's called the Canyon Innovation Lab. We are around 10 people now and trying to drive innovation for the company. I left triathlon and now we are open to more things in a little bit broader thinking.
So what have you been in control of the last years and how long have you been in Canyon?
At Canyon, 1st of July was my 12th anniversary. Before I worked 1 year as consultant for the company already. And first day of the Tour de France was my first working day 12 years ago. My colleague picked me up. We directly go to the south of France to see the start with Philippe Gilbert at that time at Omega Pharma. Directly won the yellow jersey. In the evening, a dinner with the team, you know. That was my first working day at Canyon.
I don't think you could beat that.
It still continuously got better.
Not the worst job you could find on the market.
Yes, yes. And I was, from the first project on, I was responsible for the SPEEDMAX. It was my first project. Then I made an ultimate in the aero just in between.
Just listen how easy that sounds. I just made the ultimate.
It was very easy at that time, actually. It was pretty easy going, no time pressure at that time. Company was not very organized, so we just started working, driven by enthusiasm, cycled every day, and yeah, it was a wonderful time when I think back.
Nice.
And then the second generation SPEEDMAX came, the one where we got Jan into the team and won 5 world titles in a row with it. And then 2020 we launched the last generation. It got a family in the meantime. We got 3 bikes, the TT bike, the CFR you are riding, and the budget version. Yeah.
And then in between also for the UCI legal stuff and all that, like,
yeah,
around that, I guess.
Yes, of course. It was always then, you always think together, you know, and try to develop things, bring features from one bike to the other, from high end to low end, and yeah, it was an exciting journey. But I always felt the pressure to be as innovative as possible. We in parallel we developed always with the pros, you know that, how we worked in Nice, for example, prepared the race in Nice. And this pressure to be as innovative as possible within the very professional setup at Canyon at the meantime, where you start the project and most likely you know the start of sales date already 3 years in advance, and to put in the innovation and squeeze it in and you cannot fail and so on, made me convince my boss to say, okay, we have to split innovation and serial production projects to develop the most innovative and risky features before we start the big project, and then have it pre-developed already when the big project starts. So it's taking out the risk of the big project, making that faster, but at the same time you can get even crazier because you know you can fail, you know, and then you develop 2 or 3 features in advance. Once you know that they work, you start the big project and it should be smoother.
Yeah, because I guess that's also one of the things that is like, from where you started 12 years ago or 13 years ago, it's like a lot have happened with Canyon as a whole company.
Yeah.
Like it's a massive company now compared to when you started, I guess.
Yeah.
So obviously that also creates some kind of pressure from the outside. You, like, the quality just have to be perfect.
Yeah. Of course, this is the one thing. I mean, safety is a must. You know, the products were always on a level where it was 100% safe. We have our in-house test lab and so on. This was always okay. But the things that changed is the time pressure. When smaller companies don't hit the time for 2 or 3 months, okay, they don't sell a lot bikes at that time because you have to plan a little bit before. But smaller brands are more flexible with that.
Yeah.
If we can't launch the bike on the date, we already are in pressure because the planning is so exact that you don't have bikes on stock when you launch a new one. And you can't afford to not selling for 3 months, for example.
No.
And that's why we constantly improve the process as well. And the Innovation Lab is a part of that now.
That was actually one thing. I went and we had a Christmas party in the company that us pro athletes were a part of as well. Like a brilliant party.
Yeah,
it was really cool. But I also went and saw, first of all, your office. That was just at the launch of the new Innovation Lab, but also the whole testing hall, I would say, with all kinds of crazy machines that are testing everything from, obviously, Canyon are not only making triathlon bikes and road bikes and so on, it's also city bikes, it's mountain bikes, it's like everything within bikes. And the level of detail and testing all the bikes go through and all the parts go through blew my mind completely. Because obviously I knew like you had to test it somehow, but to be that thorough, that amazed me, and I was really surprised.
Yes.
Like, that's crazy to see.
You know, a lot of shit can happen on the street.
Yeah, obviously, but I didn't realize you had to go through that amount of testing before launching a product.
It's a half book of testing requirements you have to fulfill.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And each part, if it's a seat post or a handlebar, has got to go through 15 different tests or something.
Yeah.
It's static tests, fatigue tests, overload tests, and all of that stuff. And I'm happy that we have this equipment. This helps a lot and relieves the pressure a little bit from the engineer, that you just can give it to the test lab and you know that they take good care for it. They give you a report and tell you, in the best case, what to improve directly.
Yeah.
But that's only one part, you know, this professional stuff and so on.
Yeah.
I also made the Innovation Lab because I wanted to make it more fun again, to develop and work on the products. And if you relieve the pressure and you know that you can do crazy things, and it should be a safe room for every kind of idea somebody has. We also invite all the Canyon people. Doesn't matter which department they work, if they work in digital or service or if they are mechanics, they can do their own project inside the lab. If it's a small idea, they can hand it over to us. We just discuss about it and then they can work on it during their working time, and we also give them the budget. So we also want to make the whole thing a little bit more exciting for the company and not make us work like robots, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a good thought as well, like of having it that way, because it's like, as you say, it makes it way more interesting and exciting to be working at Canyon, and everybody, like the fact that everybody can go there, that's quite unique, I guess.
Yeah, we are all riders. We all have the wish to ride bike. We all are enthusiasts on bikes, and we definitely have ideas, and I want to give everybody the platform to work on his own idea.
Yeah. So you started stating, what was it, 5 consecutive world titles, the yellow jersey in the tour. What's your favorite moment when you look back working in Canyon? Because I guess those things, they are pretty like Jan winning on your innovation,
Nah,
the SPEEDMAX.
I think this was the moment for me, 2019, where we developed the closed cockpit. It was really our idea. The way we worked on that was super cool. Everything worked out in this project. Took us only 2 weeks to make this cockpit. It started with a wind tunnel test, and yeah, this was a good moment because he raced brilliant. We were sitting in a little restaurant watching the race together with the community, and yeah, when he was in T2 and put his bike there, you know, it's like, for me, it's like
Relief.
a big relief every time. Even you know that everything should be safe, but anything can happen. And then when he ran in our direction, I just said, wow, fuck. And he normally, you know, athletes just go through, and this time he just smiled and made like that. And for me, that was maybe the best moment in my career.
Cool. That gives you goosebumps just to think about. Just to give us kind of an example, how does a typical day for you look like in your working day of life at the Canyon?
It really depends if I'm at Koblenz or if I'm here. So in Koblenz, I usually get up pretty early and go to the gym before work, and then start working at around 8 and just do my daily routine. Now we try to see what's going on in the team, talk about we make a daily, very often, or we talk about the tasks we have to do that day, and then you have 2 or 3 meetings, and in between you try to push. Yeah, especially right now because we have the office, and right next to the office it's the workshop with all the 3D printers and a little bit of carbon and everything we need. And then you just try to be as much as possible in the workshop.
Cool. Yeah. You can see it, your smile is something you just enjoy it. It's cool.
Yes.
Nice. So I know, as you say, you're bike riders basically in Canyon.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bike to ride from Canyon at the moment?
Definitely gravel. Yeah. When you came, we just finished the ride with the new Grail. It's a fantastic bike.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah. I have to say, when I was responsible for the SPEEDMAX project, I also rode SPEEDMAX twice a week. Just a little loop here around Schwabach to practice things, try things, sometimes crazy setups, you know. One of the things where Lisa thought I'm completely crazy was when I put my arm warmers and put some wool on the arm warmers just to analyze the flow around the arms. And
just small strips, or how?
Yeah, small wool strips. And actually that was the moment where I analyzed the flow around the arms and saw that it could be beneficial if you close the cockpit.
Okay, wow. I know you have access to quite a lot of tech at Canyon.
Yeah.
What's your favorite piece of tech?
You were sitting at home and thinking about these questions. Yeah,
I have so many questions I probably can't even, or you will not even answer.
We should have.
Or not allowed to.
We should have talked about it before. I mean, it's pretty cool. I think the thing which changed the way you work is definitely 3D printing. And in the meantime, we have a lot of different styles of 3D printers available at Canyon, and this makes the whole thing much more agile and faster. And you know, where you were working for or waiting for 2 or 3 weeks before somebody CNC'd something out of metal, or maybe 10 years ago, now you have direct access. You finish your idea maybe at 5 in the afternoon, and you print it, and next day you come to the office, it's done, and you can try it, and then you can make the next loop. Yeah, that's different to what you did 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The $1 million question: when are we going to see the new SPEEDMAX?
Oh, I can't tell you.
Why not?
Eh?
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know.
I thought everything was scheduled.
Yeah, but not my schedule anymore.
Oh, that's fair. But is there something on the way?
Yes, it is.
And from a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about it?
That's a tough question. I definitely think that the team got some new ideas. I was there at the beginning and just talked with the people a little bit about it. And they definitely have a super, super cool concept. And what we saw yesterday, I mean, look at the times, how fast they develop. So this never stops, you know. And this is also based on the material and based on the science we do. And I think the new team, they definitely can make the next step with the bike. So when I analyze my answer, it should be a 10, right?
Pretty much should be. So when you make a concept like the SPEEDMAX, how much money do you reckon it takes for Canyon to have the final product, the SPEEDMAX, the CFR?
I don't know exactly. It depends how much you count in. If you count in the salaries of the people, the external partners we have to pay, the tools you have to pay, I think maybe 2 million or something.
That's also quite a lot.
Yes.
You have to sell some bikes then.
You have to sell some bikes, but luckily we sell enough bikes. I mean,
Yeah, you saw it yesterday at Roth. It must also be kind of satisfying for you to see, like, going to a race like Roth. It's the coolest, like, long distance event in the world. I don't like. My personal opinion is nothing comes even close to the whole experience Roth is. And then I don't know the bike count, but the amount of Canyon bikes out there.
it's crazy
It's
in
crazy.
the meantime.
How do you feel about that, being the one who kind of invented it?
That's really a cool thing, because when you see the history we made in triathlon, it's crazy. You know, the first time I flew to Hawaii, we had a little white tent. This was all we had, you know, a white tent and 2 bikes, I think. We were 2 guys, me and Sebastian Jacek, and his wife joined. And we had 4 bikes at the bike count in Hawaii.
4 bikes.
Yes, and this was including 2 pros, Nils Frommold and Boris Stein, I think. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And now I think you can say that we are the biggest brand in triathlon.
So I'm gonna ask you just short, this or that, and you have to choose one of them.
All right.
Okay. Just short, no explanations, no nothing.
No explanation is good.
So phone in the bathroom or no phone in the bathroom?
No phone in the bathroom.
Just a quick shitter.
Eh?
Humid or dry?
Dry.
Nice or Kona?
Oh. I say Nice.
Nice?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, you were the first one who chose that. Cool.
Hey, what we did there. How
That's
we
true.
prepared the shit.
Yeah, that was
How the race went and everything. It was exciting.
I actually said no explanations, but I'd say it's the most exciting World Championships on a long distance we've had in many years.
Yes, and for me, the opportunity I had. You know, I showed you everything we had with the tool, with the power analyze tool, with the preparation we made, with the ride camp we had, and so on. That was next to the project 2019 with Jan, it was the most exciting thing.
Nice. Ironman or PTO?
PTO.
Passenger or driver?
Huh?
Passenger or driver?
Passenger.
Swimming or running?
Swimming.
Foresee the future or change the past?
Foresee the future, definitely.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Bad breath or bad body odor?
What?
Bad breath or bad body odor?
I don't know. Bad breath?
Breath
Yes,
or body odor? Like a smell of the body?
it's both bad, right?
Yeah? So you have to choose one of them?
The bad body because you sweat before, and that's often very good. Eh?
That's why he's the engineer.
Depends why you're sweating.
Yeah, that's true. So you've experienced a lot of stuff. Don't worry, this is the last question.
Yes,
You've experienced a lot of stuff working for Canyon.
yes.
If you had to cut one Canyon athlete, who would it be?
What?
Throw out of the company. Goodbye. Ciao,
No,
ciao.
I can't say that, Daniel. Please. I can't say that.
Don't worry, we can beep it out.
No.
Come on.
I never say that.
We will beep it out.
Let me think if I find something which doesn't put me into shit.
You're not gonna answer?
No.
Okay. Cool. That was it. Thanks a lot, Wolfie, for joining. I really appreciate it. And
Thank you.
I think I can speak for everybody in the world when we say we need more Wolfies in the world. And thank you very much for everything you do for the triathlon and cycling industry.
Cool.
We really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. It was also a pleasure because we see inspiring people like you. And we still learn, you know, and definitely learning from international people. I met Ole 2 weeks ago in Fuschl.
Cool.
And I said, Ole, I don't know what's going on with you Danish guys. You have such a good mindset. It's inspiring.
Nice.
Yes.
So I don't think there's anything left to say than give Wolfie a round of applause and keep calm, strike hard.